Cat's over there grunting. I can hear her. I say that's her purr motor being stuck. Sometimes we rev it. I pet her, and then she starts actually purring. Here we go. Time in. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday. It is December 12th, 2020. No, December 11th, sorry, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Burned my upper lip on my pizza a couple nights ago. Doesn't feel good. Apparently it was hotter than I realized. Well, we made it. We made it to Friday. Good morning, Andrew. Yeah. This has been a challenging week for me. I've accomplished a lot. It has been a productive week. But it has been a busy week, a challenging week, emotionally challenging, trying to keep everything going. Had a call last night with someone who's supporting, advising me professionally, which has been really helpful. And one of the things that we talked about was just how much is on my plate, and that it's going to have to be okay that some things aren't done in the timeline that I, or maybe they, the person involved, wants them done. I'm only one person, and I've got a wonderful group of people helping me. We have a great team, but there's only so much time. And yeah, I can go real hard for a short period of time, but I need time to recharge, and I don't have the recharge time. Today was supposed to be a half day. It was a half day until about 36 hours ago. In fact, I think I was done at 10. And then all this stuff that popped up that needed to get done, or stuff I pushed off because I didn't have time because other things had to get done, that's all getting done today. The sweatpants that everybody ordered, those are finally done, but I've got to go get them, and then I've got to mail them. They're not getting mailed today, but I can at least go get them. I'll probably pack them up and mail them, I don't know when. I have no idea. I'd love to say I'm going to pack them up this weekend, but I won't. I'll pack them up and mail them Monday. So. Yep. What else is going on? Got another phone call today with the person I'm going to be co-hosting the other podcast with. Good morning, Stacy. Stacy says good morning to Andrew and Jeremy. If you guys aren't checking out the Thursday shows, the addition of Andrew, yeah, Stacy says great episode yesterday. The addition of Andrew has completely changed not only the vibe of that show, but the feedback. So I want to publicly thank him, because I know I've thanked him privately. Andrew, I really appreciate your help on the show. It's been great. Yay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And this is the only reason I'm able to get as much done as I do, is that there are so many wonderful people helping with so many pieces. Andrew and Stacy are two of them. Frank helps with this show. Gabe helps with live. Leslie helps with martial arts radio. Julius and Ann and Andrea and Sheila and Jenny and Matt, and there's literally, and I'm sure I missed people, which sucks, but I literally have a spreadsheet of who and what they help with, because I don't remember, because there's so many. It's like 15 people. And most of them aren't doing lots of hours. Stacy says we are legion. Yes. Most of them aren't putting in, dozens of hours, but it still helps. It's still, hey, can you take care of this thing? Thanks. Now there's one less thing I have to take care of. Because instead of spending a half hour or an hour on it, I can spend 5 minutes talking to that person about it. And that's much less. 5 is fewer than 60. In case you were unaware. So what else going on? I cut my hair last night. I think I'm gonna keep the beard thing going for a little while. I don't know what you guys think of that, but we're gonna see how it goes. I have to use the. It's shorter than the combs I have for my clippers, so I just kind of turn it over and do this, and it kind of slowly knocks it back. I gotta fix the other ones. Actually, they're right here. They're in this box with this soldering iron because I've decided I can do that. Watch out, world. Jeremy has a soldering gun. So what else is going on today? I'm gonna write. I'm somewhere between half and 3/4 done with chapter 7 of the novel. Did you know we have 2 other books that are in development right now? Yeah. 2021 is going to be big for books for us. I have a call next week with Jenny, who is the czar of books. Director of books sounds more professional, but I feel like we need some. Ooh, what if everybody's title was like, if you oversaw a division, it was like prince or princess? Would people like that? Jenny could be princess of books. I don't know if people would like that. It's silly, but it's also Friday morning. Because we have so much content that we can turn into books. Andrew says, Prince of co-hosting. Well, there can be more than one prince. You could be prince of podcasting. Why not? Why not? As long as I... Ooh. This is... My ego is struggling with this one. I was about to say, as long as I remain the king, but that... Wow, that one... Huh. I am uncomfortable with that. That says something, doesn't it? Well, regardless of silly titles and all the divisions that we have, I appreciate all of you, no matter what it is you're doing to support, whether it's watching or listening, or we don't transcribe these, so no one's reading this. But thank you. Now, it's Friday, and Frank provided us with some jokes. Stacey said, She-Ra, Princess of Power for me, please. Andrew says, nope, the McElroys are the kings of podcasting in my mind. LOL. Stacey, if you want to be She-Ra, you be She-Ra. I'm not going to take that away from you. I remember that show. That was on right after Masters of the Universe when I was a kid. All right. So Gabe saying Happy Hanukkah, and Frank's got a bunch of bagel jokes because it's Have a Bagel Day. Now, I don't know if the first day of Hanukkah being Bagel Day is coincidence, which would be amazing, or if it was chosen that way. Because, let's face it, we Jewish people, we like our bagels. We just do. They're great. I've made bagels before. They're awesome. One of the saddest things about 2020 is that I haven't been able to go to Montreal, which has a surprisingly large Jewish community, given that it's a province founded by the French. I don't know why, but there's an amazing bagel shop up there, and it's tiny, and it's in the middle of, like, it's not in some big spot, and they only take cash, and they only sell bagels. They had like big tubs of cream cheese in the fridge if you wanted to buy those, but you don't go in and get a bagel sandwich. It's just you get bagels and then you leave. And in my case, you eat them all before you get back to the border because they were amazing. So next time I go, I'm buying dozens and putting them in the freezer. But bagels are great. All right, the jokes for Funday Friday. Today is Have a Bagel Day. What is a pilot's favorite kind of bagel? A plain bagel. How do you prevent someone from stealing your bagel? You put locks on it. What is a bagel's favorite kind of girl? They like girls who have everything. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels. What do you call a bakery that only sells bagels and donuts? Whole Foods. I went to the zoo today and saw a bagel locked up in a cage. Apparently, it was bred in captivity. Andrew says, Frank, these are so bad you are cut off. LOL. No, these are amazing. I love them, and I'm thankful. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be the former Price is Right host Bob Barker's 97th birthday. How many of you said, oh, I'm sick. I can't go to school. I have to sit on the couch and watch The Price is Right? Plinko. Plinko was the best. Plinko was my favorite one. Many people know Bob Barker as a TV game show host, but did you know he is also a martial artist? I did not. Let's get him on the show. He holds a black belt in karate and a red belt in tang sudo. He studied for 8 years under none other than Chuck Norris. For those of you who would like to see Bob's karate skills, he uses them in the film Happy Gilmore. Oh, that's right. You know, I didn't know that until just now, that he had martial arts skill, but that scene where he's punching Adam Sandler in the face, I do recall the first time I saw that scene thinking, is that a stunt double or did they teach Bob Barker how to punch? Because it was not the way a just random person would haul off and punch someone. First quote, I'm a vegetarian. I think there's a strong possibility had I not become a vegetarian, I would not be working now. I became a vegetarian about 25 years ago, and I did it out of concern for animals. But I immediately began having more energy and feeling better. Bob Barker. I'm a pescatarian. It's 100% for ethics. I don't preach what I do or why I do. I want people to do what works for them. If you've thought about being a vegetarian and you've chosen not to for reasons that work for you, great. Or if you were a vegetarian and you stopped being a vegetarian, you started eating meat or fish or whatever because it worked for you, as long as you were intentional, as long as you were thoughtful about it, that's all that matters to me. One of the problems we have in the world, and it's really far down the list, but one of the problems we have is that people don't understand how food happens. They don't understand that meat was once a living thing. They don't understand that milk and cheese came from a cow. And I know that that sounds silly. And maybe some people, even on just some trivial intellectual level, yeah, beef comes from a cow. I get that. But if they really thought about it, do they understand how it works? Do they understand that the animals have to be raised in some way, and the people raising them have to choose that? Right? Are they raised in this way or that way or this other way? And I think being thoughtful about what goes into our body and how we treat our body, how we practice our martial arts, what we wear, where we live, I think that thoughtfulness is really important. And I think a lot of us end up just doing what we do because it's what we did yesterday. And we never take the time to stop and think, is this the way I should be doing it? I think from time to time, maybe I shouldn't live here. Maybe I shouldn't live in Vermont. And then I think about a lot of things and say, I would love to travel. I'd even love to travel, kind of longer term, like take 3-6 month trips to places. But Vermont is, of the places I've been, still the place that makes the most sense for me. It's the place I want to call home. Does that mean I couldn't find a place that's better? No, and I'm open to it. There are plenty of places in the world that have called to me to say, hey, you might enjoy being here more, and I want to go check those places out. One of them is Southwest Colorado. Not 100% sure why, just there was a time in my life where it kept popping up. And I'd check it out. Could be a cool spot to go. I don't know. But for now, I'm happy about where I am, but it doesn't mean I don't think about it. I even as a pescatarian for years, well, 15. I've been a pescatarian for 5.5 years, right? Just about as long as the podcast. The podcast started a couple months before I started eating fish. I still have times where I take a step back and say, all right, Does this make the most sense? Should this change? And I think about it. And I think you have to think about it. You're not willing to think about it, there's a reason, and you should at least explore, find out what's the reason. Why don't you want to think about whatever it is you're not thinking about? Number 2, I think that age as a number is not nearly as important as health. You can be in poor health and be pretty miserable at 40 or 50. If you're in good health, you can enjoy things into your 80s. And I would say, and beyond. So one of the, I don't want to say downsides because it's not, but one of the side effects of growing my beard out is that you can see, here, if I get close, you see there's some white hairs in there, right? Some of them are blonde because I have some Irish roots, and the only place it came through was the red in my beard with a little bit of blonde. And now people can look at that and may speculate on my age. But without that, if I shave this off, whether it's for how I look or how I act, people think I'm 30. I'm 41. I'll take it. I feel great. I really do. I am easily in the best health of my life. And I keep finding new ways to say that. And I've been able to say that for about 10 years. I feel good. I think I look good. And this whole idea that we can't continue to live healthy, happy, productive lives as we age, society tells us that it's utter BS. And I encourage all of you to fight back against that. You know, if we want to be Dylan Thomas, rage against the dying of your telomeres. But there's a lot of science going on right now around aging, and there's a good chance, not a great chance, but a good chance that those of us under 50 now may have the option of living a much, much longer life. I find that fascinating. How long would you want to live? Would you want to live to be 100, 500, 1,000? What happens to business and society and raising children, etc., if you can live to be 1,000 years old? All of a sudden spending 10 years on something doesn't seem like that big of a deal. What happens to martial arts if you're able to train for, 7, 8, 900 years? Instead of being blown away that somebody has a black belt in karate and kung fu, maybe it's, I have black belts in everything. Would the standard for a black belt change? Would our concept of time change? I don't know. But I hope I get to find out, because I think that that's really fascinating. I think it would really show us what matters, what's important. And then you'll still have people who spend, their 400s playing video games. Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Possibly the most famous send-off of all time. My cat spayed. I don't know that she's ever been around around a male cat. But aren't kittens so cute? They're really cute. I had my rabbit neutered when it was time for him. Yeah. I don't know what else to say to that one. What do you think of Drew Carey hosting The Price is Right? I think he does a good job, but I think he stepped into some of the biggest shoes you could ever fill. I mean, that was Bob Barker's show. And if I remember correctly, he was the first host, but maybe not. This one, I feel this one. A person who has never owned a dog has missed a wonderful part of life. Here's what I think would happen. I think when that one decides that she's done, which a vet told, we talked on Monday or Tuesday when the vet was here for acupuncture. She's in the beginning stages, who has We have no idea how long that is. She eats less. She sleeps even more. She's in good health, but she's coming on 21. She's old. She'll go. I will mourn. Assuming COVID goes away someday, I'll probably spend some time traveling because without the cat here, I just need people to take care of the plants. And that's easy. And I may just go, and because I can do my work from the road. I can do all these things while I travel. Stacy says she will come back as a beloved new friend. Yeah, she's pretty great. But then after that, after those two things happen, I'll get a dog. It is very clear that a dog would, the right dog, would dramatically change my life in a positive way. I'm very aware of that. When I go to the gym, there's a dog. He's part lab, part golden retriever. No, part lab, part German Shepherd. I think that's it. And I can just feel it. I can just feel it when I play with him. Having that in my home would change things a lot. So, someday. Maybe someday I'll do first cup and there'll be a dog. There'll be a dog right here. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. It's nice to think about. All right. I think that's a good point to end on. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you watching, commenting, chatting, hitting the thumbs up button, and supporting us in whatever way that means to you. If you know other martial artists, let them know what we're doing. Let them know that we're here for them. Stacy says, have a great weekend. Thank you, and you. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope that whatever you're doing makes you smile. Andrew says, yay for dogs. And I'll see you on Monday. So take care, everybody. Peace.